everyone, welcome back to WS Cube. In our today's session, we will be solving problems related to the dictionaries. In our previous session, we learned what are dictionaries, we learned methods and functions that are related to the dictionaries. We also learned what are nested dictionaries. Now in our today's session, we will be solving problems related to the topics that we have covered so far. So let's have a look on the questions that we have over here with us. Our first question over here says, write a Python program to merge two Python dictionaries, which is very simple. We have done it before. We know that we have an update method which adds one dictionary to another dictionary. So let's have a look on how it can be done.
Before that, if you want to become a successful data analyst and if you want to learn from our experts live, then you can call on the given number or you can fill the form that is provided in our description. Not just that, with our every batch, you will be getting 2 demo classes for free.
So guys, here I will be taking the example of two dictionaries. I'll be creating two dictionaries over here. A1 is equals to, inside this I'll be creating a dictionary A and setting its value to, let's say, 200, comma. I'll be having another key over here, that is B, and setting its value to 300. I'll be having another value over here, that is C, and I'll be setting its value to, let's say, 450. Similarly, I'll be creating another dictionary over here, that is our A2. So inside A2, I'll be creating a D. D will have 500 and E will have 550. So these are two dictionaries. What our motive over here is to merge both of them. To merge both of them, what we cannot directly merge them basically. So we will be creating a new dictionary over here. Let's say I'll be creating dictionary A12, which will be the merge of both A1 and 2. And A12 will be the copy of our A1. So A12 is equals to A1 dot copy and open close the bracket. Now inside A12 we have elements of A1, that is A200, B300 and C450. What we need to do, we need to add the elements of B also. For that we will be using our update method, that A12 dot update with the elements of A2, and if I print A12 over here and run it, so now you will see that A12 gets updated with the merge of both the dictionaries, that is A is 200, B is 300, C is 450, D is 500 and E is 550. So basically update method over here, what update method is doing, first of all it's taking the copy of A and then updating it with the values of B. So this is how merging of two dictionaries can happen. Now let's have a look on our next question. Let's see what we have in our next question. Our next question over here says, write a program to sum all the items in the dictionary. So now here we don't have to sum all the items. All the items does not mean that we have to sum keys and values and keys and values. So we'll be having values in the form of numbers and keys in the form of, let's say, any string. And we have to add all the values together. So let's have a look on how it can be done. To find the sum of all the values over here, we have a very easy method, that is our sum method over here. All we need to do is we need to create a variable that total is equals to sum of what, sum of all the values that we have over here. So we'll be writing A1 dot values and I'll open close the bracket, and if I print over here that the sum of all the items in the dictionary is, I'll put a comma and write total over here. Now as soon as I run it, I will get an output over here, that is 950, which will be the sum of these three values. So we can clearly see 200 plus 300 is 500 and 500 plus 450 is 950. We get the correct output over here. So this is how our problem 2 can be solved, which is very simple. All we need to do is use our simple sum method over here, and with the values we have to sum it. Similarly, we can do it with the keys as well. So if there were keys in terms of this, then we can find it sum of that. We can if we want to find a total of them, then we can add both of them in the end. So yes, that thing can also be possible, that if we have keys and values both in the form of integers here or maybe floats over here, so that thing can also be possible. Our next question over here says, write a program to check if a dictionary is empty or not. Let's have a look on how it can be done. So I'm considering a same example over here. Right now I have a dictionary A1 which we can clearly see is not empty. We need to check if this dictionary is empty or not. So what we will be doing, we will be writing over here that if len of A1 is equals to 0, in that condition print dictionary is empty. So if I run it, I don't get any output over here. Why? Because dictionary is not empty over here. But at the same time, if I do it in this way, I remove all the elements from there inside. If I remove all the elements from inside of the dictionary, and then if I try to run it, it tells me that dictionary is empty over here. So this is how we can solve our simple question where we can check if a dictionary is empty or not. So basically the questions are very simple and short. All we need to do is we need to put logics over here, that what are the topics that we have covered so far, what are all the methods that we have learned so far. If you put all of them, then yes, all the problem solving will become really very easy. Now let's move on ahead with our next question. Over here says write a program to print a dictionary line by line. So line by line means obviously we will be using our for loop over here. So iteration comes over here. We learned 4 methods of iteration in dictionaries. So we'll be using one of them which involve the items, that means which involve both keys and values. So we'll be putting keys and values in different lines over here. So let's have a look on how it can be done. So guys, if you remember, we learned iteration in which we used for loop, and with the items we did it for getting both our keys and values over here. So here also we'll be doing same thing, that for, let's take a variable as x and y. So for x and y in a1 dot items, I'll put a colon over here, print x comma, I'll be putting a colon in between, and y. So let's run and see what output do we get. So we can see that we are getting the dictionary in one line, that is A 200, B 300, C 450. If I would have not written this in this way, if I would have written it directly in X and Y, then the colon would have not come in between. So just to add a colon in between, just to make it look much more better, I'll be just using a colon over here, and I'll put a comma, and as soon as I run it, I get the output like this. So this question is also very clear, that all you need to do is iterate it with the help of a for loop, where we will be, instead of using just keys or just values, we will be iterating it with the items over here. Moving ahead to our last question. Our last question over here says write a Python program to check if a given key already exists in a dictionary or not. So what we will be doing, we will be creating a dictionary. We'll be asking a user to give an input for any key, and we need to check that whatever input the user has given, whatever key name the user has given, we need to check if it is there inside our dictionary or not. So let's have a look on that how it can be done. So I'm considering a same example over here. All I need to do is I have created a dictionary already, and I need to take a user input for entering a key name. So I'll be asking for key name is equals to input. We can see the key name is in string, so that's why I'll be taking the input in the string only, that enter any key name here. We will print it for them as well, so that they will be able to see that what are the keys that are available inside the dictionaries. And now what we need to check, that if this key name that a user has provided, if it is there inside our dictionary or not. So to check that, all I need to do is write a conditional statement which says if key name in A1, in that condition print key exists inside the dictionary, else we will be printing the key does not exist inside the dictionary. Now as soon as I run this program, it prints me a dictionary over here and tells me that enter any key name over here. Let's say I have, instead of writing key name, I have written a value over here, that is 200. So it says the key does not exist inside the dictionary, which is true, that it is not a key and it does not exist over there. But at the same time, if I would have written any key name over here, let's say I have written C, and if I press enter, it says the key exists inside the dictionary. So now this is how our question can be solved. So now this is how our question is solved. So guys, in this session we covered 5 questions related to the dictionaries. I hope you guys have no doubts and no questions in how we have done it. In our next session we will be starting with a new topic, that is sets. So stay connected guys, and I'll see you in the next session. Thank you.